seagulls follow trawler. It's because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea. Thank you very much.
Talking nonsense. So I thought, no, enough's enough. Why should I put up with that? Talking nonsense. So I thought, no, enough's enough. Why should I put up with that? Don't back down, double down. Don't back down, double down.
Yes, good evening. What is happening? I was meant to be pointing at the camera there, but I was kind of pointing in the distance. I don't know what I was pointing at. How are we all doing? Hopefully you can hear me. We've had a disaster with the old tech recently, haven't we? I'm shite at all this stuff, man. I'm shite at it. Hope everyone's good. We are going to play some glorious Championship Manager tonight, as always, once a week. And we're going to have a wee look ahead to tomorrow as well. Why not? Big game, European nights back after Christmas. I look forward to it. Some big names in the chat already, though. Big thank you to all of you. Hopefully the Wi-Fi will hold up in the face of storm. What's it called, this storm? Storm Bhoycie Bus. No, I don't think it's called that. I don't think it's called that. Feed the Bears in. Bruce FM, Liam Colo, Brown Warrior, Ryan Kelly, Dylan Black, Helen McCallum, Kenny's in, Kaylee Mitchell, Danielle F's in. I think that's a new name. Good to have you on, of course. JP says, here we go. Love it. Kieran 1888's in. Big Feed the Bear said Bhoycie about 1,000 times at the start of the show, and I can't help but feel that I was getting more and more excited with every comment that I read from Big Feed the Bear, simply just saying my name. See if I can go 6 minutes without saying the word and. All right, I don't know if I do that a lot, but I can certainly try. Russell Boyce has went Liam Gallagher from 1994. I found this zippy in the wardrobe. I didn't even know it existed. I just thought it's still got the tags on it. I have no idea when I got it. So I was like, I'll fucking have a bit of that. That'll do for tonight. I don't really like it, to be honest, but I'll get away with it on a tiny wee camera. I wouldn't wear it for, like, do you know what I mean? One of the shows where it's all full in that. Big thanks to our sponsors, fanboyfootball.com, as always. Danielle's coming in. She's trying to get onside straight away. I tell you, misses me from Axe on Mondays. Who doesn't? I've seen I've seen Mr. Self-Righteous getting all fucking aloof with someone on Twitter the other day. I got sent a wee couple of screenshots. And I think someone had put a photo of me that Axum used to use when I was modelling the kits. Well, seen it wasn't him. I think the guy just said, this is aged well, because obviously is still on their site or it's still on their Twitter page or whatever, and I'm not on it. I don't even know who the guy is. And Paul instantly sent my big history lesson on how Axel's got more viewers now than ever before. Guy was like, mate, what the fuck are you talking about? I was just saying it. Do you know what I mean? I was like, that gives you a wee insight into his state of mind. The big man, desperate to convince himself he wouldn't want a star striker up front like me. He's kidding, he's still on. I'm only teasing. I am only teasing. Storm, Bhoycie Bus, Zamora on Bodo Glimt, says Brian Gall. I like your style. The bus has gone supersonic, a supersonic bus. Why not? I don't see any reason why not. But I loads to have a wee banter in the comments about tonight, I think, as well as laughing at how terrible I do at this game. I've got 2 saves for it. I never know which one's which. It's not like I'm cheating on any of them like that. But so we did Monday Club on Monday. We're going to do Championship Manager tonight. Will we do Fan Cam Live tomorrow for a European game? I'm beginning to think so. I think we could do Fan Cam Live tomorrow. Why not watch my shitty reactions when we destroy Bodo Glimt tomorrow? I'm only just teasing. We'll wait and see how the game goes. But I think we'll do Fan Cam Live, and then how about some PMP? I'm up for that. I can't remember who I've got coming on. I'm sure I've got someone coming on. If there's a few of them, then just let me know. No hands yet. I think I say a lot. I don't know how often I say and Bruce FM, but I definitely say and I say it anyway a lot as well. Anyway, I can't help it, man. Kaylee letting Liam know she's sound, pal. That's what we like to hear, Kaylee. The guy needs to chill. Paul, Danielle means. That's right. Even if you meant me, Danielle, I'd have took that on the chin as well. Do I keep up with any of the other crew? I take it even from the other pod. Not really. One of them sometimes, but I wouldn't even want to say their name in case they get a big lecture about how Axel, has moved on. Shut up, mate. Give yourself peace. I'd rather watch me pitched than fucking, square o'clock. Anyway, bunch of plain crisps. That's all I've got to say about it, especially him. He gets all high and aloof with people. It's actually quite funny. And then, so post-match pish we'll do tomorrow night. If I have invited you on it to be one of the guests, just remind me and send me a message. I forget all the time. Scottish Midge comes in saying, evening, how are you? I'm good, mate. I'm good. We are going to look a wee bit ahead to tomorrow night's fixture as well. I don't know much about the opposition. I'm not going to lie. As I always remind you, I've got a full-time job. You know what I mean? I just come on here to chat with you all. That's what it's all about. And on the old Champs stream, apparently, we're signing Gary Teal. That must have been last week towards the end. Henry McKenna watched the Monday show with his Coco. Was that this week? We were an hour late on Monday. But it wasn't my fault. Do you know what I mean? It was the Wi-Fi. It was a nightmare. But we got there in the end. I was ready to launch computers, monitors, webcams right out the window, but I managed to calm down. I managed to calm myself down. Kenny will be at the game tomorrow. Well, it's better than being on the Bhoycie Bus, mate. I can't deny it. Connor McCann, I agree, mate. And he's used the key word. Tomorrow's got the makings of a slobber knocker. It could be, by the way. I think it does. Dylan Black keeps saying hi. Hi, Dylan. You're on tomorrow, Bruce. I knew I'd said to someone. I actually had a feeling it was you, and then I thought, if I say your name and it's not you, then that'll look really bad. Do you know what I mean? So I thought, hopefully, you'll just put it in the comments. Do you know what I mean? But that'll be good. Bruce, you better get all this patter exercised now, mate, before tomorrow. If I sold chocolate, I'd have my own TV channel and call it Coco Channel. Fucking hell, man. Fucking hell. Bruce getting reminded to sort his mic out this time. I think it was the dodgy collar in that strip. It wasn't my favourite strip, that one. The Celtic one, I think it was the year Neil Lennon won the league and then the season stopped early for the old pandemic thing. I think it's a bit of a big deal, that pandemic, so I'm told. So, that's why. I did ask him, Kieran. I did ask him, and he was adamant it wasn't a wig. So who am I? I did ask him once. He said no. I said fair enough. But he said he didn't mind it. He quite liked the banter about it. Then the next 2 seconds he was greeting on his phone with some sort of big bully on Twitter. Gears peace. I love the ding dongs of them all. I mean, that Gios Van Souness guy, I mean, I think he's quite funny on it. You know, as long as they don't cross the line, I'm all for a bit of banter. Anyone who slags my hair, I mean, wow, you got me. I have no idea what length my hair is, you know what I mean? I know it's a bit ridiculous, but I like it. Hoyt Lafatia comes in. Bhoycie, can Manslave Mersh get a shout out for his 50th, my man? Manslave Mersh, happy fucking birthday, mate. Scott Cameron's asking the key question. Am I doing a fan cam tomorrow? Absolutely. Absolutely. And you think stylistically that top is your favourite, Bruce? I never really liked it. I never really liked it, but I liked it on you, Bruce. We'll say that. Because it reminds me now of you being on the Bhoycie Bus and being one of my first guests. How about that? That was a good recovery there. Good recovery. Right. We better recap where we are. This old Celtic team. Right. We're 2 points clear at the top. We are in a title race. You know, I know you're not allowed to say that these days. In comes Chunks in my trunks. Even in Bhoycie, boy, how's it hanging? Long, loose, and full of juice, I bet. Not far off the money there, actually, with that description. Mine's is 2. The left and curled up like a hunting on 2nd of February. I can't even read out that H word because someone will be waiting. You know, one of those pricks like that, Joe Black, desperate just to. Yeah, I can't believe we call him Joe Black, whatever his name is. Naming himself after Brad Pitt. Fucking hell, man. Talk about having a small wanger. He's not got a name like Chunks in my trunks. Just blatantly tell you he's hung like a horse. That's a real man. Bhoycie, you've got a hairdo like my ma used to give me a bowl cut, mate, with the sides. Aye, it's a bit like that. It's a bit like that. I don't think the camera does it justice. If you see me in person, it's what I like, man. I quite like it anyway. Hairspray daft. With this Celtic team. Oh, we are. And it's Sporting Lisbon next. And that's quite good because that's like the battle of the green and white hoops, isn't it? If you are joining the bus for the first time, like I think it was Danielle was earlier, then remember, we do loads of various content on here. It's not always going to be Championship Manager streams. I was also going to say, big shout out to the guy who does our theme song, Brian Cattigan. Do you know how sound this is, right? And I'm going to ask a wee favour of the bus, right? Because his song's on Spotify. You can just hit the download button if you've got Spotify. It costs you nothing. And he's went and wrote, so his record folk, or whoever it is that produced the record, they keep fucking getting YouTube to send me a copyright claim after every show. So every show I do it, I mean, it's pence we're talking here probably. Maybe the odd pound show, you know. But, like, it gets split now because of the music. Whereas really I just wanted the music for a wee theme song. It's not even got the vocals on it. So Brian has went and wrote to them and told them how you get copyright claim stopped and let Bhoycie get full revenue for his shows, whether he's using my song or not. And they've agreed to do it. So that was awfully good of him. That just shows you. Nice gesture. Conor McCann says Siamese Boy and Joe Black are the same fella. I don't think so. I think Siamese Boy is that Martin Riley. I'm speculating. I don't give a fuck. What can they do? No one can stop me for speculating. I don't care. Speculate on anything, but I think he's Neil Lennon's agent. He's notorious for setting up accounts. And he does seem desperate to get his client a job right now, judging by some of the posts he's putting up. Right, anyway, we'll get on with it. Portugal. I'll go a wee bit more defensive, I think. I always say this. I'll start off with a bit more defensive. We drew with Motherwell away last time out, playing that attack. If we're going to go more defensive, troops. That's what I'm doing. Pato says, sorry he's late. He was in a big queue outside Buckingham Palace. Who heard Prince Andrew was handing out millions to people he never met? Mental, eh? Like that that's his alibi now is, well, she took the money. That's how bad it is. Just just a fucking scummy bastard, isn't he? Really, let's be honest. I mean, we all know whose money it is as well. Oh, I'm not even getting into it. I hate all that shit. Right, I'm not even getting into it. Spitfire comes in. There's a name. I like it. Good to have you on, mate. Aye, that's exactly who it is, Conor McCann. I reckon the English Lion is a long lost relative of Joe Fritzl. Right, okay. He was saying hello at the start of the show. He says, look, get rid of the royal family and make England a republic. There you go, mate. Henry, the Outbowl Cup. Right, anyway, I'm getting too distracted. Mate, Albie goes in the bench. He had a good season last year as well. I don't know what's happened to him. He's fell out of favour on the Bhoycie Bus for whatever reason. He seems to be out now, right? Petrov plays. Ambrosini's got to play, right? We've been happy with him. Nakamura. Yeah. Right, put Nakamura there. Sound. Or further forward. Further forward. We'll play Mark Kerr. Then we'll play Naka in the wee hole behind the striker. Oh, I hate these spammer folk that come in the comments, man. Just so annoying. Like, his piece. Helen McCallum's predicting 3-1 or 3-0 for Celtic tomorrow night. Helen, what about your prediction for Sporting Lisbon away? The most important European fixture Celtic are playing in this week. Terry Robb's joining us. He's coming on the Double Doon show soon. Good to have you with us, Terry, my boy. I like your style, my man. Kevin 14 is asking where Lubo is, but Lubo, we let him go. He's about 37 now. It is now late 2002, so I'm sure 2001, 2002 was his last season in real life. I enjoyed the Monday Club as well, though, even though it was better late than never. It was hard as a foot watching. It's good. Loads of foot watching live. Maybe not as many caught up this week, but who cares? As long as everyone's having a good time, that's what matters. Oh, Tristan, I'm looking forward to seeing how many goals he gets. John Hartson's had such a poor season, but do we put our faith in him or do we go for a youthful Cherno Samba? I might just start Anthony. He's got more goals than the lot. I know it looks ridiculous, Berbatov and Hartson not starting. I get that if you're new to the stream, that looks a bit mad, but you've just got to trust me. Bhoycie, what part of Wales are you from? I don't know if that was an attempt at par or not, English Lion. But I'm definitely not from Wales. Kevin 14, he could still do a turn at 37. You're probably right. You probably could. Emery, good shout, mate. Lisbon have Super Mario Jardel. They do indeed. Sure, he had a trial at Rangers, didn't he? Chunks in my trunks loves the Monday Club. It's a good laugh. Love it, mate. We love you. Tomorrow will be tough, but with Paradise packed and pumping, we should take a lead over there. I think Celtic might. I am quite optimistic about tomorrow. We are going to talk about tomorrow because once we've done the Sporting game, in fact, because they kind of concentrate on two things at once. Let's beat Sporting Lisbon here. Liam Colo was almost named after Lubo Moravcik. If your name was Lubo Colo, I would have loved that. And yes, it comes the Legends page. Yes, mate. Hope you're good, my man. And Super Mario Jardel does indeed score. Oh, come on, Celtic. We've been well beat so far, to be fair. I've been terrible this whole save. Not good. Not good at all. Oh, 2-0, 2-0. Needing away goal. Come on, big bad John. You've had a terrible season so far. You need a goal, mate. Oh, the pressure is on. The pressure is on. Get a goal, you useless bunch of bastards. That's my inner Naveed coming out there, I think. You useless bastards. Come on. There we go, be good. Don't concede a third. Oh, a lot of work to do. A lot of work to do. At least the Monday went ahead. You never let the fans down, lad. You know it, Scott. I did. I fought tooth and nail to get it done. Brian Cole. Good question. Bhoycie, who starts tomorrow? Rogic or O'Reilly? Shit. Rogic has been arguably my favourite player this year. I just think he was such a surprise package as well. We were told by the people who do the numbers, the statos, that Tom Rogic and David Turnbull wouldn't fit into Postecoglou's philosophy and they wouldn't last. But Rogic actually, statos, has been one of Postecoglou's first picks. He's probably started, in the top 5 amount of starts out the whole squad. David Turnbull has 9 goals, 7 assists. Just shows you the numbers don't take into equation. You know, I know stats have an important part to play without me sounding too old-fashioned, but I also think, the stats never take into effect, like, the moment, the pressure, the intensity of a match, what was the match was riding on, you know? Albeit I used 9 goals and 7 assists for Turnbull to back up my argument. Stephen McDonald loves the summertime. That's good to know, mate. Me too. I'll be a fan. This is a great point by Connor. Disclaimer, I only found out that the away goal rule was scrapped last night when Kevin Kyle said that I was watching open goal, and I was like, what? I had no idea. You personally think it will shoot an inch Postecoglou's side? I get the logic to that because we may well be open to conceding a goal tomorrow, Connor. But either way, we can do it. Ryan Kelly was going to call the result of this game. We will wait till you're done, boys, after I jinxed this last time on a stream. Well, you have indeed done that before, mate. You have indeed. Laughing at Kaylee's comment. What game is this? This is Championship Manager 2001-2002 chunks. The greatest management simulation game of all time. I absolutely love it. I love it, so I do. Been playing it for 20 years. 20 years old, the game now. I remember when it came out, I was so buzzing. Pato comes in with his Bodo Glimt report. I like this, Pato. Bodo Glimt are tall and good at set pieces. Unless we defend them better, this could be the biggest massacre in the air since the 6-Day War. Jeez, so. Well, I think they've lost some players. I mean, I think apparently even the guy that's went, is it Hibs, 300 grand? Apparently even he was one of their better players. And we know they lost a couple of key players prior to the January window that, were pre-agreed prior to the January window that have obviously left now. So we'll wait and see with that one. JP wants Maeda to start as well. Not convinced by Gorgeous Georgiamakis. See what I called him there? But Maeda will come good. I don't know. I think both of them at times look desperate to score Celtic's clumsiest goal of the season. I think they both are a nightmare for defenders in different ways. I think they're both running through a brick wall for the team. Maeda doing it a million miles an hour. Giakoumakis doing it with his arms and legs flying about everywhere. But I think both to decent effect. I'm intrigued by that one. I think I would probably, based on what I've seen so far, go the other way though, JP. I still think I'm slightly on the Giakoumakis bus ahead of the Maeda one from what I've seen so far. Danielle F. O'Reilly, better start. First game back at Paradise in 2022, and I need a good view of Matt's nuts. Oh, Matt's arse. I don't know. I was only joking there. Matt's arse. I mean, definitely to see by Matt O'Reilly in the flesh must be something the ladies are all looking forward to if they haven't already. And I totally get that. Big Tom's a handsome lad as well, though, I would have thought, no? Anyway, folk will be asking questions about me. I'm continually referring to the Celtic players as gorgeous and handsome, and they're nuts. It's a family show. It's not. It's absolutely not. James Young thinks the away goal rule is absurd. Fair enough. Chunks is back in. I don't know whether I can read these out or not, but I will. Lubo has used this code word for 806 in my house, which is bent over. I simply have to ask, and if I hear time for Lubo, that's the green light to get the lube out and take the trip. I did not just read that. You watch it, Chunks, man, because I'm that daft. I do read half of these out. It's, I get in a lot of trouble. Teresa, missed the bus at your usual stop. We were there, and guess what? Do you know why you missed it, Teresa? Because we were on time. We were on time. Danielle coming in. Berg, that is the name of one of them. Striker and defender. Aye, I knew that. Kevin 14 would keep Maeda for options in the third half. Thought Andrew's first class in the presser once again, says John Duncan. Good to have you on the bus, John, mate, as always. And yeah, I hear what you're saying there. I think Ange is conducting himself right now on a level so far removed from last season as well that I almost think you can't. I think Ange would probably feel. I think Ange would agree with me on this, that he gets almost at times like gushed upon even more than he thinks. He said, "I've not done anything yet. Nothing's been achieved." But yeah, Ange could say, I've thought about it, and I think the world is round, and I think the sky is blue and the grass is green. And we'd be like, oh, fucking hell, Ange. That's powerful. That's deep, man. But I don't mean that. I'm not taking anything away. He did come over his class. I'm signed up as much as anyone. Everyone's laughing at Chunks. And yeah, I mean, he said, sorry, lad, we joke. I know, and I had to read it out, didn't I? In comes David Kelly. Good to have you on the bus, mate. David's been joining us for a couple of weeks now. Good man. Bodo's left back went to one of the Berlin teams, I think, was out of contract. We should have signed him. Fjordson, that name does actually ring a bell. It was something like that. It's hard to know much about these players as well. I always feel, though, when I think when you think like stereotypically, Scandinavians, and I know it's maybe again a basic way of looking at it. Scandinavians always settle that bit quicker in Scottish football. You feel they're more likely to adapt to our crazy league than a lot of other sort of nationalities of players do. Sometimes it can take a bit longer. I'm always for Celtic having a few Scandinavians lurking about. Daniel back in again. Bizarre, their manager is like with Aberdeen job, totally. I mean, the job he's done there is mad. I was also a bit confused, though, that like they were talking today about the guy that I think it was Hibs that he went to, was 300 grand. And I'm like, surely if they've had like 2 league titles in Norway, a couple of European campaigns, like they're not selling first team regulars for just 300,000. And their manager isn't getting linked, as Daniel rightfully points out, with fucking Aberdeen. It all just seems a wee bit weird. Brian Gott wants to know, when are you getting in the fans' press conferences with players, boys? I'll be totally honest to you. I think if I was to get in touch and all that, I would have every right to. But I'm going to be honest, Brian. Water nearly went down the wrong tube there. I'm going to be honest. Just not my thing, mate. I like talking to you guys about football. I like hosting. I like to think I'm remotely entertaining. That's more my side of this podcast than malarkey. I'm an entertainer who doesn't and talks in real terms, not fucking, not generic shite off me. I can't be bothered with all that, trying to play the media game. And I'm not going to go there and then suddenly become part of a clique that the mainstream guys have not got that much time for, many of them. And the ones doing the fan media for Celtic, I think they've got those bases covered. You come on the Bhoycie Bus for some real chat. I'd much rather get your opinions on it than a generic answer of a current pro a current manager and sit and take time out my actual working schedule, like my actual job, to do so. I mean, right now, I don't get. I'm 34 years old. You know what I mean? Meeting Matt O'Reilly won't excite me as much as it would excite Danielle, for example. Do you know what I mean? Nah, it won't be the way we're going to go down. I think this pod's going to, or this show is just, it's going to carry on being a wee bit as the last of the Bohemians, man. This is going to be real on the bus, for the fans, from a fan, that sort of vibe, you know. Fucking sitting there with my legs crossed, you know what I mean? Glasses at the bottom of my nose. Oh, hi Martin, how are you? Yeah. How's training going and how's everyone adapting to the new style of play right now? Imagine me asking shit like that. Fucking naivety. This is all about interaction on the Bhoycie Bus. As Henry McKenna alludes to, we talk to the troops here. David Kelly, you don't look 34. He's trying to stay in my good books. Oh, I appreciate you saying that, David. 35 this year, believe it or not. Still can't grow a beard, David. Still can't grow a beard. Wrap that pish the new. What pish? Maybe they're talking to me. ET's wanting to know what's the game called. It's called Championship Manager 2001-2002. And it's a free download at champman0102.net. And it's good fun. We'll need to make some changes from that disaster in Portugal. Another defeat on the Bhoycie Bus stream. Honestly, folk must think I've never played this in my life. It's like all I've done for the last 20 years in my spare time. Isn't that sad? I've been on the odd night out as well, I suppose. But apart from that, played a lot of this game. There once was upon a time I used to think I was good at it. But this stream for the last couple of months has 100% proved me wrong. My life has been a lie. David Kelly, I like that claim. 5-2 to Celtic tomorrow. Game will be like a basketball game. And genuinely, I think that's not the worst prediction I've ever seen by a long shot, David. I tend to think the same. I think it could be basketball-esque. I think it will be intended. I don't think they're going to, in any way, shape, or form, adapt how they take the game to us. They're going to approach it the same way they always do. They've got real life experiences this season as well, that when it works, it can work against bigger sides. Some could argue, better teams than even Celtic. So they'll not be intimidated by that aspect. I just think 2 months of no football for them. And the fact Celtic have really grown, I think, since even the Europa League group stage. I think the side's really, really developing all the time. Obviously, the additions help, but I also think the message from the manager to the team is either being, the team's either more receptive to it now than what they maybe were the earlier European fixtures this season, or it's been slightly tweaked and everyone's got to know each other a wee bit better. And they're just on a great wave of optimism and form right now that I think, whilst there'll be goals for both teams, I think the majority will be with Celtic, and 5-2 is not that bad. Chunks in my trunks. Don't know how glowing endorsement he is after I read out that last message, but the big man says, subscribe right now and back this quality channel. Thanks, mate. Conor McCann, get yourself on a presser and ask questions like the bunnet that was shouting conspiracy theories at Ange when he'd been in the door 2 minutes. I know. I mean, I did see that. I don't know who that was that asked that question, but I can't, I'd be cringing that much in folk like that's company, talking about I would be cringing, man. I'd probably ask one of them to wait behind in the online lobby. Hey, you wait behind it there. I'm going to slap you silly with a couple of verbals in my keyboard. Scott Cameron, am I going to be doing more Axon style modelling for the Bhoycie Bus t-shirt? Absolutely. Why not? Why not at all? English Lion wants me to ban Chunks. English Lion, I don't think he does give the room a bad name. I think Chunks is having a wee bit of a laugh. I'm not going to be banning anyone. Dave Mackay comes in. He's just here for the nostalgia of seeing this game again. Takes me right back. I like it. And look, Ryan, we're not all putting our age in the group again. Honestly, I hate when people do this. Danielle, you've done your homework on Bodo, haven't you, Danielle? I like your style. You're welcome on the bus anytime. Bodo have a good system similar to Ange. Their manager is good at bringing like for like in and knowing a player he wants. Their manager spoke extremely highly of Ange. I'm guessing you meant to say highly there. Think we will have too much for them, though. Good. I'm glad we've cleared that up at the end, that you do think we'll have too much for them as well. That's the long and short of it. We should have too much for them when you look at the budgets. Of course, football doesn't always work like that, but it's undeniable that you would think that, Celtic, can afford a better quality player, have been able to reinforce in January as opposed to replacing players like Bodo have of late. I'm quite happy. What's that? Blue bubble needs a reason pronto. I can't keep up. See, when I don't look at everyone's conversations to try and keep up with them, I've got no idea what you're talking about. It's no easy, this gig. No easy. Right, Anthony, you were shite in the last game. How did Nakamura do it? Oh, just score. Will you do something? Try and do something, Naka. We've got plenty of defenders. That's sound. Gary Teal, you can start. Why no? And you come, son. A wee debut for you. My big signing. Right, Aberdeen at home. Petrov goal makes it 1-0. I'm all for that. Saeed gets in there. We needed another goal. For those of you watching, again, as I say, maybe haven't seen much of this stream, Ibrahim Saeed is a Champman legend. He just is. He's Egyptian. I think of him as a bit of a maverick at the back. Probably thinks he's a better footballer than what he is. One of those centre-backs. You get them, though, don't you? Centre-backs that are desperate to be footballers. Can you think of any we've had over the years? Put them in the comments if you can. Liam Collar with some trivia about Glenn Loovens and Virgil van Dijk. I'll leave that up there for folk to read. Fascinating stuff, though, Liam. Glenn Loovens only has 2 caps, whatever, and he won them both when he was at Celtic. I dare say he didn't leave us, though, for any bigger clubs, did he? Absolutely, Danielle. Celtic in Europe always gives me the favour. And Chunks, you think your chat's great? There you go, big man. There you go, indeed. Emery, when this game came out, I was 20 years old and I started to play. I am now 41 and still playing. That's dedication, mate. What age was I when it came out? 13? Aye, just approaching. 13 or maybe 14 by the time it came out. And aye, I mean, it's just a great game. What am I now, 34? We were saying, oh, I've covered that. We've covered that. The name Sean, Egypt, Sean. Van Dijk never left us for a bigger club. That is a very good point. He didn't leave us directly for a bigger club. I suppose he's moved on to one now. Maybe I didn't word that right. But he's certainly, he's more known for his spell at Liverpool now than he's been there longer than what he was at Southampton as well. But, Liam, that fucking stupid stats just confused me even more. I don't even get why you're telling me this. Hoyt comes in. Mick Chaddington, the best live stream for Celtic and football fans in general. Love it, Bhoycie, you legend. What a nice thing to say, mate. I appreciate that. Danielle always played defence in high school, but too clumsy to continue. Did you think you were a baller, Danielle? Let us know. Did you think, were you getting the ball at your feet, bringing it out the back and thinking, oh, I'll just spray a 20-yard ball up there, you know what I mean, and falling on your arse? Many a defender have done it. Oh, maybe that's where the Glenn Loovens chat's coming from. I don't know. Oh, good spot by Phil McGinley. He's noticed that our title rivals have dropped points in Paisley at St Mirren. So that is good. That is good. It's David. I just look at the chat. I don't understand the screen. I don't blame you for that, to be honest. I don't blame you for that. It is meant to just be a wee bit of it. It's like a bonus show, this one, that I just do once a week because I love playing the game. So it gives me an opportunity to do that. And I thought, why not just stream it and chat away about Celtic in the meantime as well? That's all. We do a lot of the debate shows. I mean, the Monday shows with Jonathan's really doing well, to be fair. That's getting now regularly over 1,000 views. In fact, I think it always gets over 1,000 views. The Double Doon show, I think folk must think is more of a concept show than it's not really. It's just the Monday Club, but with a different guest. So maybe because it's on at the weekend, that doesn't, I think it's just under 1,000 most weeks. Although it got 1.5 the other week with Stephen Thompson, which is excellent. Again, it makes no odds to me. I'm just happy as long as, when you're watching it live, you get a good gauge as to whether folk are enjoying the content or not. Do you know what I mean? And then we do a lot of the post-match piss shows now, David, as well, which hopefully you can bring yourself to look at the screen then when it's my beautiful Cooten, my non-34-year-old looking, I should say, Cooten. English Lion. I don't know what he's been talking about tonight, man. No, it was just to take out the wee guys out of the game because you're 6 foot. I like it, Daniel. Just get them tell. Absolutely. Just step aside. Remember, speaking of Van Dijk, do you remember that? I mean, obviously, I think it's went viral, the clip now. Then we played Sevco, Rangers, whatever you want to call it. I don't get really into all that shite. Well, we played them for the first time, I think, since, their rebirth. And Van Dijk was playing. I don't know who the Rangers player was. And he's like, Van Dijk's on the ball. And he comes like shoulder into Van Dijk. And Van Dijk just motors away from him and kind of just shrugs him off like, it was like a schoolboy that he was playing against. You know what I mean? It was mad. John Duncan says PMP is the best show on the internet. I love that, mate. Thank you. And you know what? I think you're right. I think it is damn what we can. But it's not bad. I mean, it's not bad. I think it's probably not in the top like 10,000, but maybe in the top 20,000 shows on the internet. I think so. And I'd be happy with that. There's a lot of competition. You look at Jake Paul and that. Hopefully we'll be like that one day. I don't think so. What's happening in these comments? Hill times 2 comes in. Yes, Ian. You take over a club, you get one signing. Only. Who are you signing? Taribo West, Cole, the hitmaker? Oh, it's a good question. One signing only. I think for longevity, though, you would need to think of someone younger. Do you know what I mean? You might have to say Sigalko. I'd probably sign West. Taribo West, you're probably right. Just because the purists don't like you doing that either. They think you don't know the game. I know the game, all right. Pato says, Danielle, I was a goalkeeper. I once got a chance of going to Spurs as a teenager. The family didn't want me to move away. Fucking hell. That's amazing. Bobo Baldi type player. Danielle, nothing wrong with that. He was a baller. Kaylee, I've not seen what Fresh Air said. Was it Ian Black chunks? I don't know, man. They looked about 2 foot tall, though, whoever it was. Van Dijk looked like a giant. Do I want to go to Japan then, like Jake Paul? Aye. I think a Bhoycie Bus for Tokyo could be cool. Why not? I think, and Celtic stock's big in Japan right now. I'll start a GoFundMe page for Bhoycie's trip to Japan to do a Bhoycie Bus. It'll be all right, eh? Yes, and Pato, there is truth in that. Because basically John Park was the only one sitting in the scouting, what's it called? Oh, what's that area you would call it? Gallery? No, not gallery. Gantry? And like in the scouting bit, like usually you would have several other representatives and stuff. And there's John Part, the only one watching Virgil van Dijk playing for Groningen. And I'm sure the quote he said he thought there was a catch because he just couldn't believe how good he was. And there was the funny Neil Lennon quote he'd actually said to him. I know I've criticised Stepping Stone when Celtic act like Stepping Stone FC. Oh, come sign for us and you'll get a bigger move. And I hate that mentality. But there was a funny Neil Lennon quote with Van Dijk. He just basically, because he was that good, he just went, enjoy yourself. This is his first training. He goes, enjoy yourself while you're here, Virgil. You'll not be here long. I thought that was good battle, to be fair. I think Rodgers actually, what I didn't like was Rodgers kind of turned it into, I think, with likes of Dembele and stuff, like, come sign for, like Edward, a prime example, come sign for us and you'll get a move elsewhere in a couple of years, where I think Ange's signing folk who want to come to Celtic, and Ange's selling Celtic for being the big club that they should want to play for, not the route to playing a big club that they want to play for. And yeah, but I think Neil Lennon was probably saying it more tongue-in-cheek just because, fucking hell, Virgil van Dijk is that good. Darren Higgins, heard Big Ange played Championship Manager and smashed it. Well, I'm thinking, what age is Ange? 54, so 20 years' time? I think there's still a chance I could be the Celtic manager one day, you know? Stephen Thompson says the Double Dude show is the best out there. I am going to Japan. Looking forward to the game tomorrow night. Top man and a great guess. Who did you call shite on Twitter, Connor? I wish I could keep up with it all. I really do. I'd love Kyogo to make a surprise comeback tomorrow night. Not yet, but he will. Yeah, I get that. I mean, I do get that point, David. But again, I think Van Dijk was probably been a wee bit harsh on himself as well and playing down how good he was. I think if you could go back and ask the likes of Feyenoord, PSV, Ajax, they think they did indeed, miss a trick and not believe in themselves to be able to get his fitness up, for 2.2 million. I think they made a bit of a boo-boo there, whether he was a wee bit on the lazy side or not. English line, it's just shite pattern. Come on. Feed the bear, feed the bear. Feed the bear, feed the bear, and McState and many more. Love it. Chunks, could put it better myself, mate. A 2-0 win at Tynecastle then, and that wasn't all so bad. We remain 4 points clear in the title race here. Who we got next? St Johnstone at home, easy days, and then the return leg was Sporting. What was I going to say? Shall we play some Data Boys tonight? Are you wanting to do that? So obviously this game is 20 years old. Don't ask David Kelly though, does he watch your screen? But 2001 is when this game was released. Any player, any league, preferably a Premier League than lower leagues. If you could think of a player from that era, I will tell you the year they were born within 5 seconds, and then we'll find out if I'm right or wrong. I think I'm maybe folk are bored of that game now. I don't know, but I think it's good fun. I found it out. I better make sure no one's listening. I can find it out like on a strong narcotic one night that I had this superpower. We were talking about, I don't know who we were talking about, but anyway, I just read he was born and said the year, and before you know it, my mates just kept throwing names at me, and it just kept going. Aye, those days are over, obviously, but it was good fun at the time. I like a crazy party. Well, I used to. Shinji Ono. That is a good one. Oh, shit. He's got me already. 79. Oh, I think that's wrong. 78 he will be. Shit. That is tricky. Oh, 79. Get in there. I was just kidding you on there. I had you. I don't know John Brown for Southend, David, I'll be honest. Esteban Cambiaso. I can do that. 1980. 80 for Cambiaso. It's a good shout, though, Ryan Kelly. But yes, he was 1980. Get in there. Sean Dyche. Oh, what have I told you the same year as Henrik Larsson? 1971, Sean Dyche. He plays for Dundee United in the same league as us. Hey, 71. Gioan. Is that a Romanian guy? Oh, God, that's hard. I'm going to say 1981, though, because I think I'm right. That's really hard. Tiberiu, I mean, 81. Yes, Emre. He starts at Dynamo Kiev, and I got that. Get in there. Phil McKinley says Jalmina, one of the worst signings I ever made. Yeah, I mean, he played for Deportivo La Coruña, and he was born in 1970. Hey! By the way, if you're looking for the years of birth, they're up here. It says born, and then the year of birth there. Oh, see, now he's saying why you suck so better. And that's a reference to Jock. So, English Lion, you're being a bit of a dick tonight. So, what I'm going to do is just block you. We'll say bye. And it's great for you to jump on the bus, mate. But now you can watch from the side and put in comments at first. And you'll wonder why they're not showing up. It's because you're blocked. Night. Terry, stop this. It freaks me out. He's a Lyle photography, honestly doesn't know why or how I remember this information. Oh, it's wild. And CMO 102 Ledgers, one more. John Eustace. That is tricky. I'm going to say John Eustace, 79. Remember, he was meant to join Mark Warburton's Revolution. I was like, they were linked to him for months. He is 1979. Right, that's all done. That's that done. I know. It's crazy. Henrik and Sean Dyche are the same age. It is scary, eh? It is scary. Kevin 14 says, bye, goodbye, mate. Donny Boy giving some round of applause, as is James Young. Beware the Sniper, David says. I mean, I don't like blocking folk, David. Do you know what I mean? It's not my style, really. I mean, I've always said on this, if folk want to disagree with me on anything, they're not going to get blocked for that. Or if someone supports Rangers, I'm not going to block them for that. I'm not. Might start on a yellow card, but I'm not going to block anyone for it. But what does frustrate me is when folk want to go down that road to they're trying to nitpick on everyone. They're trying to cause arguments for the sake of it, and they've not even got anything to do with football. I mean, I think his comment before, why you stocks take everything so seriously, which is obviously a rhyming slang with jocks, was, do players get paid to play for Celtic? And you're like, do you know what? You're not bringing anything to the party, big man. So I'll see you later. St Johnstone at home. It should be straightforward enough. Bobo Baldi's in good form. He can continue, I think. At the back. Anyone want to see anyone in particular play? Right, we could bring in Mark Kerr for Cayley, can't we? Yeah. Of course we can. Sean Maloney, he can get a wee start. What about him, Danielle? Does Sean Maloney rank highly in the good-looking players? When he was obviously playing for Celtic. I don't mean now. He's manager of Hibs. Shit, get banned, says Bruce FM. You know it. You know it. Ramon Vega. Right, that's the last one of the night. But since you're new, Danielle, I will do it for you. Ramon Vega, 1971. Same year as Henrik Larsson and Sean Dyche, as we found out tonight. Hey! Yes, Monty. Evening. Evening to you, my man. I hope you are well. I hope you're not causing any bother in any other pods comment section, you little rascal. I heard about that, mate. I hear about everything. Yes, it's because you told me. Yes, I know. Oh, Emery thinks we need a guy for the left, but I think Bobby Petter's been good for us. Look, 16 assists in 28 games, Emery. Look at this, 8.21 average rating. Come on. Daniel F. Monty, it's because of you I found the Bhoycie Bus. Yes, Monty, you're the man, mate. We love it. Good to see you on the bus, Daniel. You're welcome on any time. If you ever want to come on the Double Doon show, by the way, as always, anyone in the comment section, we do a wee show where you're the equivalent basically just a normal guest. We'll just chat all the week that was of Celtic. And then there is a wee quiz at the end, which nobody seems capable of understanding. Just answer as many questions right as you can, I should just say. But I've overcomplicated it, and I kind of think that adds to its magic. But aye, if anyone's wanting to come on the Double Doon show as a guest, we do have a wee bit of a backlog. But I think I need the first weekend of March covered. I'll double check that. So you come on, you join me. It's just Celtic banter. Anyone is welcome. It's always a good laugh. Right, a couple of wee changes I'll make here. Gary Teal, no fitness, mate, but Momo Silla, just such a reliable substitution, isn't he? Diego Tristan's fitness coming into question a wee bit. That's all good. 3 wee hat-trick of subs. Hope that doesn't come and bite me in the arse. Bhoycie, give me a top European league and a random average striker, and I'll see how many goals they will score. Why don't you go for La Liga and a random average striker? Luke Beckett. Is he's a bit average, would you say? Or there's a random average? Yeah, Luke Beckett at Chesterfield. Go for him. He's pretty good. He's got good attributes, but he's obviously average. Some of these names are taking me right back. Yes, Momo Silla, ex-Saints, says James Young. Indeed. Martin Flanagan wants to know what game is that. This is Championship Manager 102. It's a free download as well. The Bhoycie Bus is a single decker. No naughty step for Monty. Monty never gets put in the naughty step by me. Monty just, Monty's sound. It's easy. If I've ever said, like, oh, the debate's going, I don't want folk falling out, Monty's the first one to go, you heard that, Bhoycie? Oh, good, mate. Like, so I don't get the problem. I wasn't party to it, though. Is Danny Alves in this edition? I don't think so. I don't think Danny Alves is, Connor. Nah, can't I see him, mate? Yes, and it's Phil McGinley this week. Looking forward to Phil. He's always good value in the comments. It'll be good fun. Be studying the Celtic wiki in preparation, Bhoycie. That's naughty. That's all good, mate. But if you've been studying all week, obviously you won't mind if the quiz is a wee bit harder than normal, though, then. That's all right, Phil, right? Guiza, yeah, he is an average striker. I agree with you on that, Emery. He's just under Alves, I'm being told. I didn't know he was in it. Could be here all night trying to find him, though. Nah, I can't see him. We will move on. Right, Sporting at home, 2-0 deficit. Can we turn it round under the lights at Celtic Park? We need some disco lights. That's what we need. Big thanks to David Mackay in the comments as well. I've got a wee conference badge that I'm going to iron onto my sleeve tomorrow night for the show. I need to pick one of my Celtic tops to do it on, but I'll do it on one of them. And I'll do the show tomorrow. We do Fan Cam Live and post-match pish tomorrow. I'll do it with a wee conference badge ironed on. That's a good laugh. That is a good laugh. Absolutely. Joe Curran says, Ange and Bhoycie, keep it up. Exactly. The two of us we're pushing each other as Celtic managers, Right, Baldy, you're out. Valharan comes in. We need to go for it, guys. We are going to need to have a go. Available players only. Please screen. Yes. Momo, you need to play, even though you've been dug, mate. Who else? Scally's not looking up to be getting more starts, but Ambrosini's... Ambrosini can ram it. He's been crap. Bringing Petrov on the left-hand side and Nakamura. Yeah, that's fine. We'll do it like that. Nakamura was getting a lot of joy there, wasn't he? Good night, Chunks. Take it easy, my man. Thank you very much. And remember, hit subscribe on the way out if you haven't already. I know you have. I'm only teasing. What's the crack with the squad tomorrow? Keen wants to know. Gucci not in it, but is Rio and Maeda in it? I know Gucci isn't. I think he might be. I think they might be. Buzzing for the game tomorrow night. Teams looking strong and they're playing as the team. What do you think, boys? I agree with Martin Flanagan. I think the team's high on confidence. Crest of a wave since the turn of the year. And this is the sort of game that we might have struggled in earlier on in the season, but we're learning all the time under Postecoglou. And for me, it is a heavy scoring match and a Celtic win. I'm not going to say 5-2 like David Kelly did, but I've got to be honest, I don't think he's far off the money. I would say maybe 4-1, 4-2, 4-2, so yeah, 4-2. And that might not be the end of the world for us because the away goals rule, as we were discussing earlier, has been scrapped. Ambrosini is indeed on the old second season syndrome corner. Good spot. Danielle knows her stuff. Yeah, Kieran, only allowed to bring 3 in, 3 out. Shaw, Soro, and Big Urigidi out. O'Reilly, Hatate, Maeda in. I'm telling you, Danielle, you could become the first girl to come in the Double Doon show with knowledge like that. You never know. We need to always keep getting guests on each weekend. You seem to know more about this than me. In fact, you're not getting to come on if that's the case. Just kidding on. Right, we're nearly there. I'm going to start Samba, do you know that? I just think, I know Hartson scored last game. Oh, do I go with Hartson then? Oh, fuck it, we're going to try Samba. It's a game. Let's have a laugh. All new signings added except Gucci confirms corner. Nice one. Liam Collo thinks 7-1 Celtic. Is that just tomorrow? Is that over the 2 legs? There will be goals. Mark my words. Danielle wondering because Johnson's injured and he's in the European squad, could Gucci not come in? I don't know. I think even if a player gets injured, you've still got, like, it's not like you can just we've got an injured player, we can replace him. I think that's only if it's like an emergency position, like goalkeeper, for example. Do you know what I mean? You need to have one on the bench because you're down to 1 left or none left. But I think basically the reason you get 24, 25 players to choose from is if you get the odd injury, then you've got other players in that squad. There is a deadline set for a reason. So I think it would only be if it was like they don't have a goalkeeper. Do you know what I mean? That type of thing. And you say you'd love to come on the show. Well, my Twitter thing's usually on this. I'm fucking unorganised. There we go. That looks better already. Just to be banned, just drop us a message on the Twitter, drop us a comment on Twitter, and we will get that sorted for you. We'll look forward to that. Not a problem. And that invite goes to everyone, by the way. Absolutely. Anyone, let me know. Bhoycie, can we play Sonic the Hedgehog next week and we will all take shots and get mad with it? Feed the bear. I love that idea. And do you know what? I might set up a new channel just for that. I should just get like a retro games thing. Do you know what I mean? I used to have one. It was like a wee memory card like that. I had like 20,000 games on it, man. I could just plug it into the computer and just get a wee. It comes with a wee controller anyway, doesn't it? If not, I'll buy one. And we could just like share the screen and do that. I think that'd be good. It's not very Celtic related. That would be good. I might do that. And just play like old Sega games and Master System games and Super Nintendo games. Could be a laugh, couldn't it? Getting mad at it's always fun too. David Kelly, Johnson counts as homegrown, so doesn't count towards the squad number. That is interesting. I didn't realise it worked like that. I thought that was domestically you had stuff like that, the homegrown thing. I thought you were allowed and you were allocated like 24 players and X amount of them have to be homegrown if it was in Europe. I didn't think it was like you've got a free pass to as many homegrown players as not. Maybe it's changed. Runs a great voice, the boys say. Yes, James Young. Thank you, mate. That is class. So many comments flying in. Love it. Edward Driver says, F the games, the shroom room. I don't think I could handle anything like that, you know? I'm struggling on the tap water just to keep up with the comments, let alone whatever you're suggesting. Could be hilarious viewing, like, but probably get a wee row for that, I would imagine. A wee slap in the wrist, you know. Nearly there. Sporting at home. We'll make this the final game of the night. We've been over an hour. Thank you to everyone in the comments so far. This has been great. But we will play Sporting Lisbon. I will channel my thoughts on Championship Manager for now. We seem all quite looking forward to the game. Oh, David's replied. I'll read this out because I'm quite interested in it. So UEFA have two lists, one for the first team squad and another for homegrown. Guys like McGregor, Forrest, Ralston, etc. don't count towards the main squad. Fuck. I did not know that. I did not know that. Oh, yeah. In fact, yeah, that is ringing a bell, the two list thing. I just presumed if they were over a certain age. No, that is ringing a bell. I'm going to have to look into that. And get myself more clued up with that. But no, you are ringing a bell. Thank you for getting back to us so quickly as well. Because I was intrigued by what you were saying, David. So cheers for that. Mark Flanagan's asking if I know much about Bodo Glimt. Can't say I do, but Danielle does. So does, was it Pato that gave us a wee rundown on them as well? So aye, if you do, get involved. Everyone enjoys a wee slap, Bhoycie, says Kaylee with a wee smirky face. So Helen McCallum reminds us moan the Dortmund. Are they playing tonight? Are they tomorrow as well, surely? But aye, I mean, of course, if Dortmund win, happy days. Right, Sporting Lisbon. It's a big one. Could be doing with Henrik playing. 10 days though with a groin strain. I don't want to risk it, do you know what I mean? And then he's out for 3 months and we're in a title race. Oh, fuck it, let's have them. Let's just have them. Go. One more and the tie is level. I like it. We don't want them to score though, and then we are in, needing 4 goals. Oh, fuck off, Taribo. I literally said earlier on the stream that you'd be my number 1 signing, and now you're going to do this to me. I can't see us getting past Sporting with 1 at the back, but it's the only risk I can take. Gutted! We get another goal. Samba, 2-1. Big second half. If we were to score 1 more goal, because away goals rule counts in this, then we would still go out. We need 2 more goals and not concede. And we're playing 1 defender at the back. It's unlikely, isn't it? 2 goals in the last 20 minutes, Celtic. Can you do it? May as well have a go away. Got to. Let's see what happens. Goal! We need 1 more goal in the last 16 minutes. Oh, no. I'm going with this mob. I'm not making any changes. Go on. 1 more goal. 6 minutes to go. 5 minutes to go. 1 more goal. Time's running out. Jardel kills it. Gutted. I am gutted. It's a poor record I've got in Europe, though. The UEFA Cup 3rd round this year. Where did we get to last year? Quarterfinals? The save's been terrible. I'm usually awesome at this game. I don't know what's been going on. Anyway, we will play some music before we go, as always, by the legend that is Brian Cadigan, who has waived all copyright infringement from the folk who produced the track. Or I don't know what he recorded. So I don't even know who they are, to be honest. But he's waived all copyright. Check it out, Spotify, iTunes, Brian Cadigan. I Can't Be That One You Want. We have the instrumental version of it. We play it to show out every show. My name's Bhoycie. Thank you for jumping on the Bhoycie Bus tonight. If you want to give us a wee like, give us a subscribe. The odd RT on Twitter never goes amiss. The odd share on Facebook wouldn't go amiss. Just share the link. It's all good. It helps the channel grow. We're back tomorrow. What a night. Bodo Glimt at home. I'll be doing Fan Cam Live. To be watching my Daft Wee Side On profile with my Ironed On Conference League badge on some retro Celtic top. And I'll be absolutely giving it Laldy if we get the result. And I'll be doing post-match push after with Bruce FM. And I don't know, maybe if anyone else has been invited on, they'll be on as well. Thanks again to everyone else. Let's play Brian Cadigan. See you all later.
Some of his comments about me deliberately trying to cause controversy. Well, I work in the media now, and you've got someone sitting there next to you who's an embarrassment to the media profession. He's an apologist. He's a charlatan.